What it do, Destined? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We have finals part 1, as we do have PGSC versus my team. Two content creators going at it. We do have the hyper carry of the team, Greatness Beam, on 7 Demon Lords. A decision that was made very close by to the everything else. Pretty funny how late we left our team decisions, but pretty out nice and early with the Hacker's Pride and the Pulsemon out. Just getting the read of what the Hacker's Pride does. We are going to pop that sister, which is going to load up the Lucemon Chaos mode. So that early pitch was pretty useful. And then going for the Digimon Emperor in order to try and slow down the Pulsemon a little bit. It's still probably going to be worth it. It is going to die, which means we are going to get our draw 1 off of the Digimon Emperor. And a second Hacker's Pride is going to come down, which is going to get the pickup on the Boutmon. And now we're going to turn that into a Namekamon, passing over just that single listing. Nothing to delete though, so a little bit slow out of the gate here for Adam. Like, he started off well, then after that slowed things down. Lilithmon, nothing to allure. I'm just going to build a Boutmon in the back, which I don't hate. Going to load up the Lilithmon, but again, no other Demon Lords in, and we're just not being able to really pitch them off properly. So we're just going to go with the Belphemon Rage mode, which will pop all the level 5s or lower, so you got to be very careful here. Unfortunately, we do still have the glare, but Terry, the 6th sense, is going to shift it so we can actually see what we're looking at, and that's going to be a gorgeous looking Kazuchimon, which we are going to get reading, which is, yeah, pretty fair. Let's get that one red. We're going to probably be swinging. You do get the suspension, of course, and the shrink. Plenty of opportunity to get some damage done. Pulsemon going to trash off, so we're going to go for the one choke. And we get the recovery at the end. We're going to swing through, which is going to delete. And then we're going to get the Lucemon Chaos mode to just get the crack back. Then it is going to get popped. So still manages to play for board in this instance, which is pretty clean. Obviously, the Pulsemon does get to live, but now with the sleep mode, it gets to load up the Rage mode, which is pretty sick. We'll get, of course, our draw off. And it's a pretty reserved turn. Having to pick up all these Pulsemon cards, it'd be like that. Pulsemon, not a particularly represented deck, so it is something that does catch a lot of people off. And Adam, a smart player, someone who is willing to read cards. We are going to drop down the Systemon Blanc, which realistically, we're okay with. I think he just wanted to get the turn down. Terry doesn't strike me as the sort of guy that would forget about something like that. I think he just needed it out so that way he can play for cycle, because it's not a particularly strong turn for Adam here. Like, if he drops a Creepymon, then that's kind of rough, but instead we're just going to get the 0-cost Beelzemon, which is going to get that one check in, and hits a Quartzmon. Hey, yo, that was not what we were looking for. So down comes the Lucemon, which is going to mill further, and that does give us another name to set up for, and now the Pulsemon that managed to make it back to him is going to have pretty much free reign to go hog wild here. 2 Hacker's Prides as well as a Bulkmon, which is going to get the suspension on the Lucemon. And then we're going to go into Beastmon. Time to get peddling. And we're back up to 3 memory. Going to swing at the Lucemon, which is going to just straight up beat over it and then into the Shroud. Which is a pretty nice way to end. Again, slowing him down by a turn. Gonna get the Beelzemon, which is gonna de-digivolve. How many are we gonna de-digivolve down to? Just double checking that we do have the barrier, but double Rivals Barrage off of that hit is pretty sick, because it does mean that next turn we can start Ruin mode looping. And Terry he is like on the off turn. We're gonna swing through and then he's gonna spend a 3rd Rivals Barrage to clear the body. I actually don't hate that. You are giving him a lot, but it really doesn't matter, because if he doesn't make another 5 in the back, you just Ruin mode loop him. Hacker's probably could try and let him play to board, but it looks like we're going to drop the Examon, which unfortunately does not have that on play. But we're going to go into the Boutmon. Just going to pass him over 2. Start a main. We're going to pop the Beelzemon, which is going to give us the Creepymon. Then we're going to load the Creepymon with it. When it would leave play, you do get to burn top card of security. So no matter what, the first thing that comes down isn't really going to get the value. So unless you just Rivals Brush to bring back a Beelzebon, mill yourself and then bring it down. Swing in with the Rush, which does hit the third Hacker's Pride. And then probably this... Do you even need to spend the Ruin mode here? Like, it's a way of clearing. Just gonna go for the Pulsemon. We're getting dangerously close to the end of the deck though, as we do get a recovery, which again is we're just bringing the deck down. We are gonna go into Pulsemon Chaos mode, so we do get the last security burned. And actually just playing, like, you can see a massive amount. So we must just be missing the Ogudamon in trash, because that was a lot of cards extended just to make sure that we actually kind of lock him out here. Gonna go into the Climon. Climon will... I think he's double checking to see what he wants to play from trash. Because I think he's in a situation where he might be able to at least take the Chaos mode out. I'm gonna go for the Pulsemon, which is gonna give us back the 2 memory. And then, do you want an HPD? Pokemon in the back. These Hacker's Prides have just not been burned. As I say that, we're finally gonna do that. Digideg yourself to the top of security. So that's why I wouldn't mind seeing like an HPD into another body, but instead just gonna go for the 1, and then we're gonna get a brand new body here. A Leviamon float would be pretty game ending from this position. Bottom deck the Pulsemon, which I think is a good way just to make sure that you don't pad. You can see he's looking to slam the Levia. It just makes the most sense. He's got Tamers, he's got Digimon, so it's going to come down and give us 2 memory at start of main, basically. Pretty goated. We don't have Rush, though. We need to get that Oguda in trash. That's the thing. I don't think there is a way to specifically go from trash, because the Calling in hand wouldn't be enough to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, yeah. Ooh. Ooh, actually spending the extra draw. Gonna go Belphemon sleep mode to pitch off the Oguda, and then we're gonna use the Rivals to bring back the Ruin mode, and then yeah, this should just be game, because he can make the Ruin mode here. Gonna draw a card, is gonna -5 the board. The Pulsemon, I believe, I'll be damned, I guess it lives on 1 KDP? I guess the Pulsemon is just a +1 KDP inherit. Oh, because he's under 3 memory. Whatever it is, the Bulkmon is bulky enough that we do just barely have enough to survive a Ruin mode. Couldn't quite make it like a double. So he's got to do something here. And there is the Fenri Takemikazuchi in hand. We're going to go for Digivolution plugin S to draw and then evolve without paying the cost. It of course does come down for 2. Don't need the Tamer out because we do have the green source naturally. So we are big chillin'. Gonna get the suspension onto the Ruin mode. And at the end of this turn, the Ogudamon is gonna come down. So the goal here is to try and actually deal with the threat where you can. Gonna Digideg, which is gonna give him an extra security, and then go into a second Kazuchimon, which will be another suspension. And then at the end, whoa, HPD, gonna go into the Fenri Takemikazuchi, which is gonna be enough to kill off the Leviamon. Recovery, and we still get to keep turn. Obviously we are sideways, but it's a way to pretty much extend here, where if he drops the black source, that's enough to de-digivolve as well, bring the Ruin mode back down, and that is enough to pass turn, but it takes the -5 off. And now with 2 bodies on board, I mean, we have a bajillion sources, so it's tight, but I think he's still in position to clear here. Does have barrier. It's a really, really messy situation. Really, really messy. I just don't know where he goes. Yeah, 3 cards left, so Evoing is off the table. And we're still at the like start of turn step. Like we're figuring out exactly how he's going to do things. Yeah, so this is the end of opponent's turn. We are going to commit to the Ogudamon here. Down to just 2 cards. Has he beefed it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is going to get the Fenri Takemikazuchi gone. And then still 7 to the bottom. Gonna burn everything. And even then, there's still the Belphemon to swing, so that is going to be game 1.
Matrix Digivolution.
Yeah, today's sponsor is me. I appreciate everyone supporting me as they have, and there are plenty of other ways to support. The memberships, Twitch Prime, and all of that are great ways to do so, and just making sure that in addition to slapping like down and making sure you are subscribed, there are plenty of other things that I do that I really love doing and take a lot of work, and appreciate if you guys also gave them a shout and gave us some honest feedback on them, because the only way we can make them better is if people tell us what they like and dislike. But yeah, that's it for today's sponsor. Appreciate you if you didn't skip it. Back to the video. Whilst they're getting shuffled up, I am going to say a big old thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel. Our members, we do have the mega tier Justice Josh, who is an ultimate here on YouTube, as well as tier 3 on Twitch. For our ultimates, the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the Sticks, 3 Strike Cool, and Bradley Rob of PGSC have been holding it down. We have Shinny Carry, also PGSC, Coffee Deus, DHM, Solar Ouroboros, King of Knights, Andy Fing, Squid Eater, Benji Gibber, Thomas Yates, and Kenneth Smith. And we're going to be going straight into game 2. And that took a while, so I don't know that a game 3 is even, like, mathematically on the cards as far as time is concerned. But they're certainly going to try, as we're going to see the Pulsemons in the back and front, and a Lucemon to answer. And I'm going second this time. I'm going to go into the Bulkmon, but is it going to be in the front or the back? Never mind. Nemekemon. It's a lazy sloth. And we're going to put a Bulkmon in the back, so we'll get that start of main mill before getting a Beelzemon loaded up off of the gate. I'm gonna go for the Creepymon. Is gonna get the pop on the Nemekemon, which is gonna mill 4, not bad. And then down comes the Pulsemon. And looks like we're gonna bulk up once again, Bulkmon and Climbmon. Climbing definitely a great way to bulk up. Nearly tried to swing that Pulsemon, but I mean, it was played this turn, and also there's a blocker on board, so it actually would have done nothing. What doesn't do nothing, though, is the support from the rookies. Greatness Beam on the right. If you've been enjoying his play, let him know in the comments. Ryan Balfi, Bonsai Beard, and Turtlesoft. Appreciate all of y'all. And all the Digi Eggs as well. I don't always get time to do shoutouts, especially when it's these kind of close games like this, but I appreciate everyone that has been supporting the channel, helping me do what I do daily. And if you can't join the members, at least make sure that you're subscribed, because it goes a long way. At this point as well, I do want to say that the middle players from Team B had finished. I can tell you that, unfortunately, Mr. Tricks on the Sticks did face off into the completely unwinnable matchup that is Imperial versus Rapid. So Shinny Carry. Helping, I believe he was helping Brad, whereas Trix was helping out his brother. So a hard matchup suddenly becomes a 2v1. We are going to burn at the end of the attack step as well to unsuspend, so that way a Beelzemon can't just like de-digivolve and swing over. But I mean, not enough memory reduction actually to stop it, but we actually got to swing in. Rivals Barrage is a very unfortunate check there, as the Leon Alexander does come down. It's looking dicey. I think we might be approaching very near the end of the problem. Look how many sources are under the gate, man. It's so fast. You could even slam a Digimon Emperor here for 3, and that probably just locks out. It doesn't lock out the game, but it slows him down for a turn. I don't hate this if you're playing it for 0, and then, yeah, straight comes down the Digimon Emperor. It's going to force him to go into the Bulkmon. We are going to get the sleep mode loaded up after, well, the rage mode loaded up. And we're nearly at Ogudamon Temp. Playing the thing to kill off the Leon's pretty criminal. So we're going to play that for it. Nice and low. Pass him 1. He can still push out, but it's not looking good, fam. I'm going to build the Batmon in the back, and that's going to be Ogudamon coming down. It is going to blow up everything, and it is going to take us to the final round. If you want to find out how this 3v3 ended, make sure to tune in for tomorrow's gameplay, where you'll have yours truly facing off against Brad from PGSC to decide who comes away as your 3v3 winners at Jester Games. And then we'll be back to regular locals footage after that. If you like what you saw and you do want to see more, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, have yourselves a damn good one.